you're ready, cause it's about time for you to speak your mind. Super Secret Girls Club. Secret Girls Club. Super Secret Girls Club.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome
to 2023.
2023.
New year, new us. We are here with a new girl.
Yes.
today.
We have joined another person to our Super Secret Girls Club. And we have Micky here.
Hello.
Ta-da! How are you, Micky?
Long-time listener, first-time guest.
Awesome, yes.
I'm well.
Good. We're trying to make sure everybody's here, guest at least once. So, yeah. Today's a super secret. What are we here to discuss? Why are we have a guest here?
Today we're going to talk about Chainsaw Man, which is an anime that didn't make it into this year. We just finished it a year ago.
It's been so
Last
long.
year.
And so we missed it already, and we just wanted to have more discussion room to talk about, everything we witnessed, because this was definitely a different kind of anime.
Something different.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're excited to talk about it, but before we jump into it, we did go on a break for a whole week, and I'm curious to find out what you guys have been up to. Micky?
I'm moving to this part of town. Mostly that, but yeah, Navi gave us a little TikTok lesson before break, so I've been getting into my TikTok and Reels.
Yeah,
game.
I've been seeing there's a lot of them. They're pretty good. Normies have been following. If you guys follow Normies on Instagram, you can see what he's been up to. But yeah, they've been pretty good.
Or his personal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like all you do is post TikToks now.
Yeah, I've been doing. I just needed some education on it. I was too intimidated to ever open the app.
That's so funny.
I still feel like I could do better with Premiere Pro, but it is what it is.
I still haven't gotten with editing. I don't have a problem with editing TikToks, but I haven't still gotten to the part where I discovered my algorithm, because I just don't ever open the app.
Yeah.
And every time I do, it's so stupid, and I just turn it off immediately. And I know I have to get through the the things that I'm not interested in, and then like the things that I like, so that it shows me more of that.
Like your feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Mine's
feed
not.
is just so generic, and there's just so much stupid shit that shows up on it, and I'm just like, why?
Same. Yeah, mine's not really personalized yet, but it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Good. I'm glad. But okay, so moving. You made it sound like this part of town is so far away from where you were, but
I mean, it kind of is. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna be 10 minutes from work now. But
Nice.
just that, hung out with the family. So just hung out for New Year's, Christmas. It was great.
Did you get any gifts?
Yeah, I did. I got a lot of cool stuff. My family doesn't really do surprises anymore, so we're just like, what do you want? So it's never, which is nice, because then you can just ask for what you want. So I got some clothes. That's always a tradition.
Nice.
But some electronic stuff. I bought this thing. I got one of those Oculus things, and I bought a extension head strap for it that has a battery to make it last longer.
Yeah.
But it sucks.
What? It sucks. It's so good.
Because it's not as secure. It just doesn't feel secure. So
Really?
it wasn't a good brand.
Maybe it's a different brand. Yeah, we have one, and that one's pretty good. Katie tried it.
Yeah, if it's the official one, but I have a third party, and it wasn't good.
Oh.
But
That's what changes everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that sounds fun. I can't believe the break is gone.
How about you guys? What'd you guys get up to?
I had a very chill week. I stayed home. I indulged myself. If I didn't feel comfortable, didn't want to do anything, I didn't do it. I just stayed at home and went to go see my parents. Also, Nico had a surgery a week before, so it kind of worked out that I had a week off.
That was crazy.
It was to take care of her, and also she couldn't, and it was blizzard, so she couldn't walk, so it was perfect, I don't have to go outside either, so I was snowed in and didn't do anything, so it was nice.
So when that happened, they literally had to just cut her open and pull it out. That's
her stomach.
Fuck.
So same place where she got neutered, spayed, I don't know which one's, and then they cut the stomach lining, so there's 2 stitches, so the top staples are gonna be taken out tomorrow, and inside one side just gonna dissolve, apparently.
That's so crazy.
She threw old blood, and I freaked out, and I called the vet, they're like, it's fine, it's okay. But that's a lot of it. But I guess it's old. They're it's black. It was black. It's okay, that's good to know it's not a fresh blood. It's okay. Yeah. So, but I chill. I
Scary.
literally like didn't go to any events, like didn't go to any group people things. And I'm appreciate that people didn't peer pressure me either. I was like, yes, I'm an adult now. I don't get peer pressured. I can do what I want.
Nice.
So it's nice. Yeah.
The only activity I really did was go to Perfect North.
Oh yeah. In a blizzard.
Ski.
Yeah.
It was so much
In
fun.
cold.
How far away is that? I always forget that's like an option in the
It's-
Midwest.
It's like an hour and a half.
That's not
It's
bad.
it's like on the way to Cincinnati. Then you just make a turn and you're there.
That's not bad. I
Yeah.
literally always just forget we can do that.
It's great. And it was like right after the blizzard.
Yeah.
It was still like extremely cold. It was like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Fahrenheit, so I'm not gonna say it, but
How many, was it busy still with that cold?
yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was really busy, but it was like perfect condition. Like the snow was just fresh and just so
Gotcha.
fluffy.
No
It was great.
fair.
It was great.
Oh, exciting.
So that was fun. Other than that, I didn't really do anything.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice
yeah.
to have a week and like do kind of a staycation. I feel like the older you get, the staycations are rare. So I enjoy it. Anytime somebody asks like, "Do you have fun plans?" Like, nope, I have nothing planned.
Exactly.
And that's
Those
fun.
are the best plans. No plans are the best plans.
Yes, I love
Yes.
it. God, I feel old. love
So now that we got that out of our system, the elderly gossip about us doing nothing, let's talk about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
we are obsessed. We obviously love the characters the most. So I do want to start with the characters.
Yes.
And why don't start with the first, the main one, the main protagonist named Denji.
I thought I was gonna say Pochita, but Denji is fine too.
Well,
We'll go with
they
Denji.
go hand in hand.
Yes.
So what do you guys think about Denji? Do you think that Denji is, what is Denji? What is Denji?
What is Denji? So I didn't watch the show with the group, but I watched it like literally the same day, right after they finished watching it. So I was pretty caught up. This is the first anime I'm all caught up. I really like Denji because if you compare Denji as a protagonist with Goku, Naruto, Luffy, they all have such an
Tanjiro.
extravagant goals, like wanna be Hokage, wanna be king of the pirates, and Denji here just wants to have a sandwich
He wants a
with
breakfast.
a breakfast with jam on it. It's like,
And touch boobies.
and touch boobies, and it's interesting to see somebody like obviously in the financial services like situation that he's going through. Like his goals are simple. He's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna work till I am president and has owned the whole world, right? Like it's not such extravagant dream. A simple dream as anybody would in that situation will have. So I really appreciated. It made it more realistic, even though we're living with devils. But like it's like I could
Yeah.
feel like Denji, I can understand your pain and not be like, oh, Luffy, wanna be king of the pirate? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna follow your journey. Great, good for you. I want you to be king of pirate, but I don't want to be one. I want you to do that.
Yeah.
But I enjoy Denji. He's an interesting character.
Yeah, it's I like the simplicity of it. It's because like if you look at the story overall, like it's a world with demons, we're hunting them. Like
Yeah.
it's been done so many times, but I like how they're going about it in such a self-aware way, and the
Yeah.
comedy is there, and also you can like enjoy this anime on a surface level, but there's a lot of depth to it too. Even with Denji, like he's a pretty simple character, but you could derive deeper meaning from that, like appreciating what you have, like you know, like being in the present and being happy with what you have instead of always like chasing for the next thing, because there's only so much you can earn in life before it stops mattering, and like material things don't equate to happiness.
That's true.
So yeah, I really I like it a lot. It's definitely the first anime in a long time that I'm like I want more. Like 12 episodes was not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so well done.
Yeah.
I want you guys to recall this scene where Denji reflects on Aki being able to cry
Oh yeah.
over Himeno. And then kind of thinking to himself, like,
Is he not?
am
like,
I losing my humanity? Because he was questioning whether he would be able to feel this much grief
Yeah.
over anyone anymore. And that might have been because of all the trauma he's endured, and he just, just doesn't faze him. He just got used to it.
Yeah. Or there's a devil inside of him.
He
Yeah.
is just actually literally losing his humanity because
Yeah.
Pochita's heart is what's keeping him alive, basically.
True.
What do you guys think about that?
That was the scene in the hospital, right? Where he's like, yeah. Again, I think you could like what you just said, but I derived it on like a more like mental health level, because like there's been times in my life where like somebody in my family, like relatives, like in India, passed away, and like my family is in shambles, and including my sister, they're crying. And I'm like, damn, this is really sad, but I also haven't seen this person in like 10 years. And like, even though I'm like sad about it, I couldn't like bring myself to cry.
Yeah.
And that made me feel really weird. I'm like, fuck, am I a monster? Like, why why am I not feeling these emotions? So I can relate to that. And it's, I don't know. It was interesting because I've related to that. I'm like, I've definitely had moments where I'm like, damn, I should be feeling more right now. I feel like.
But it sounds like maybe that's the closeness is like the biggest factor.
And that could be it for Denji as well. It might be the closeness, because I wonder how he would feel if Makina passes away compared to Himeno. But he was sad when he lost Pochita. Like, he was having flashbacks about Pochita, like he dreams about Pochita. I think the same thing can be said about Power, right? Like Power, I know we'll go back to Power as well, but like Power is mostly devil. Like, we want to put percentages, like she's a troll, she's just doesn't like human beings, but at the same time she has this we love her. I love Power, but at the same time she has a human component where she cares about her cat. Like, she thought she was gonna fatten up the cat and eat it, but like eventually she falls in love with the cat and saves the cat. It's like, you can care about something. And so Denji may not care about at that moment. It doesn't mean that he doesn't care at all. So, but I can see him questioning it at that moment because it has nothing else to compare it with. So I think we'll just have to wait and see what else that he really cries over. But as technically Denji is dead. Right? Denji himself is dead. It's Pochita who came, like, he's same alive, as Power, but he just kept most of his personality, right? We can make the comparison.
Right, yeah.
And he kept his name too.
His name.
Whereas Power, I think that's like the blood demon's name, right?
Yeah. So like that Fiend didn't keep all the personality, whereas Denji is like a Fiend host. I think there's like a difference there. But it could be, maybe he will eventually decline to devil. I think that might be it, and maybe we'll see Power on the other spectrum. That would be cool to see that transition.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, with 12 episodes, like, even reading some of the comments, they're like, man, we barely scratched the surface. Like, like we think the show's about one thing right now, but I guess season 2 is going to be pretty crazy. So it's because even the first like 3 or 4 episodes was just world building. Like, Gun Devil didn't really get mentioned till like episode 3, 4, 5 maybe.
That's true.
So it was like halfway through when we were like, okay, this is like the main thing for this season at least, or for this arc. So I was hoping to at least see the Gun Devil. But man, they're really keeping things close to the chest. And just coming into the anime, I remember in one of the unboxings, somebody sent us Chainsaw Man and another manga about some goblins.
Yes.
And I opened the goblin one first, and I was like,
6 goblins.
I was like, are you okay? So I was like, and so I saw Chainsaw Man, and I was like, this looks weird, but it's really, really good.
It's so good.
And it's not over. Like, you can, this is one of those where like the hype is real. Like, you can hype this up and like tell people it's the greatest thing in the world, and they're gonna think it, because it's just, it's so different, it's so unique.
I also think I obviously want more now, but I'm also okay waiting
for sure
4 years, 5 years, 10 years.
No, that's too long.
If it's gonna like keep the same quality or be even better, like, I'm just saying the way it looks and just like the storytelling, the pacing, everything is so good that like I literally don't care how long. If they get, I just want it to stay in that tier where it is
for sure now. Like, put as much time.
I hope it just doesn't evolve into like a cheap cash grab. Hopefully it won't, because they have solid
I think the mangaka also is very like close to the I just don't think he would allow that.
Yes.
Like, and I don't know how much control he has. I mean, he's running the show, so I just this feels like one of those things where like the mangaka is not going to allow for any bullshit to happen. But not to go off on another tangent, but like I feel like a lot of people in the fandom are starting to notice, like, hey Mappa, how are you doing this?
Right?
Like, because they're putting out banger after banger. Like the only bad show I've seen Mappa pull out is Yasuke, because it wasn't even about Yasuke. It was a 6-episode atrocity of
What?
just bad.
I
Last
know
year,
you guys watched it.
yeah, it was called Yasuke, and it was supposed to be about the
Character named Yasuke.
yeah, the slave that became the only black samurai.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even about, like, just that premise alone could make for an excellent story.
Yeah.
There were robots and magic
No.
What?
in this show.
No,
It was atrociously bad. And you had like really good voice actor. I'm forgetting his name. He was in Get Out. Not the main guy, but like the guy with the hat.
Oh, Darius.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
I'm forgetting his name, but he voice acted Yasuke.
Oh.
You had a really good.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like everything was there, but like they didn't just stick to the simplicity of let's tell a story about a black samurai. They went so crazy with it, and it was bad. And it's the only bad thing I've seen Mappa pull out. But I think a lot of people in the fandom are starting to be like, hey man, are you guys like treating your people fairly? Because this seems like a lot, and I don't think that they are, and it feels strange to be like supporting all these things and knowing that people are getting abused on the back end probably. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that politically, but I do think that there needs to be some like big changes in the industry.
Yeah, for sure. Compared to like how much it's become a hype again. And I don't know if it's because like I started watching anime and then now everything I see around is anime because of the algorithm. But I feel like the hype has picked up again as we have became like adults. Like it died down when we were kids.
Anime is mainstream now.
Yeah, anime is mainstream now. I mean, because there's been good anime, so I'm hoping that they are seeing the world and seeing how much hype there is to like keep on going with that, because we all know what happened with Game of Thrones. The whole world should be aware of what happened with Game of Thrones. So you do not want to be compared to that. But yeah, great show.
Well, let's go back to Chainsaw Man specifically. And you did mention Makima, and I want to talk about that relationship between Denji and Makima.
What is the age in Japan? Legal age? Is it 17?
Consent?
Yeah, of consent.
It's like super low.
Okay.
I forgot. I think it's lower than
because
that.
Himeno said when she
Okay,
almost had sex with Denji was like, oh, I could have gone to jail with it, and Denji is 17.
So the federal age is like really low, but every region
gotcha.
or whatever they have, the
States
municipality has their own
interesting. Okay.
ages of consent or whatever.
Cool.
But all that aside, let's just ignore the age. Let's just
It's
focus
hard.
on the dynamic between their relationship.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it? Is Makima a good presence in Denji's life?
No.
No?
No?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I mean, it was evident to me when she was having that conversation
Like,
with the Yakuza.
Really? That one?
Well, okay.
Because that one like kind of turned me around.
Well, okay. Here's what I got from that conversation is that she was pretty much talking about like necessary evils, right? Like,
Yeah.
And I think that Makima is gonna be that person that is ultimately fighting for the good side, but she's gonna do a lot of morally gray things to achieve it. We've already seen her.
We've already seen it.
And so I just think it's gonna be. I just think she's like that stone cold. Like we got to get the mission done no matter what. And
Yeah.
I just think that she's using Denji because he's very gullible. So like, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of both because one, she is giving Denji like a life and opportunities, but at the same time, it's for her agenda.
Yeah.
And she's not gonna let Denji know all of the details. Like
Fair.
I think every person that's gone to fight against the Gun Devil has died, and she's just like, yeah, go for it. That's all you. So ultimately, no, I don't think she's a good presence in his life.
Interesting. I would say the opposite. Like keeping Makima person as on a side. I think her relationship with Denji, I think is fine because without her, Denji would have been just lost. Somebody who just turned technically a fiend. She gave him a room, a place to stay, and realize how Denji works. Denji works when he has some kind of motivation, not high extreme motivation, but motivation like you may have be able to have sex with me if you defeat Gun Devil. And what happens if he does defeat Gun Devil? Everybody wins, right? Like maybe he has sex, I don't know, maybe he dies, but like if he does defeat Gun Devil, then Gun Devil is dead, who has created so much catastrophe. So maybe this is something Makime is saying, like, oh, if I can give him the kind of motivation that will, it's ultimate motivation that he wants, it will drive him to actually fight Gun Devil, and he might be able to win. But on the other end, Makima, as somebody who is in a leadership position, looks like, it's like a manager of a division. There's a lot behind it. I feel like we don't know. Like we don't really know what her true intention is. But if her intention is to kill all the devils or gun devils, whatever means necessary, I don't know. Because when she was using sacrifices, right? She used prisoners, not necessarily any people. So that's kind of like, okay, you can kind of say like, all right, she needs to use people as a sacrifice to do her bidding, and she could have used any people, but she chose to use prisoners
on death row
especially. So she does have some humanity in her, that she does realize, okay, these people are gonna die regardless, let me use them for sacrifice to save people who may die.
But still kind of a morally great thing.
It is morally
even
great,
though
yeah.
they're on death row, like it's still like so I just thought of this comparison. I see Makima and Denji the same way that I see Walter and Jesse. So like, you know, ultimately there's love there, and they helped, like I'm talking about Walter and Jesse now, there's love there, there's a deep relationship there, they helped each other grow, but ultimately one used the other for
we're in the beginning parts of that. In the beginning parts of it, I didn't think it was too bad of a relationship because Jesse wanted to get rich and he was willing to get that. So I want to see how it progresses to the point where it becomes that toxic, because that's when it kept on going. It became so toxic between Jesse and Walter. It was like, Walter, calm down, buddy.
Well, my take on Makima and Denji together, she's his handler. She's she's his, like, I have no other word besides handler. Or like, just, you know, she's the owner of a pet. Like, and that's kind of the dynamic that he seems to be okay with. It doesn't feel to me, well, I mean, she did say that you can either work for public safety or die. So that was the option. Choice, so that wasn't really a choice. But still, I don't think that he's really like having a bad time right now.
He's not. I mean, he's living and he finally got his breakfast. Like, he was able to touch boobs and he's working.
At the same time, I think Makima, she might not be a good presence in Denji's life, but it's
something.
It's definitely something, and I think Makima is a good character. Like, if we are looking at, like, is she evil or is she good? I think she's good, but I think she's like the extreme of good, where she's not afraid to do like terrible things to keep good.
She's chaotic good.
Not chaotic. I think she's like, so you know how
Pink Phantom said the same thing.
Hello. I don't think it's chaotic.
It's a D&D term. It doesn't mean like complete chaos, but it's like, is what we're saying. Like, ultimately your choices are going to be for the good. But if you have to sacrifice certain things for that good, that's what it means.
And I feel like if you're trying to do lawful good, I think is
lawful
evil.
Okay.
Because she's like, if you're trying to like do good things, you're trying to like change the world for a better, you're always upheld to a very high standard. And you're always criticized for the tiniest mistakes you may make on your way there. Whereas people who do like evil shit, they're just accepted as evil people.
Yeah.
they're held to no standards.
Because they're equal.
Any change they can implement without any criticism or repercussions.
And if they become a slightly good, they're even praised for it.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So I feel like in the standards of like being good or trying to do good, she has surpassed the I wonder what people will think about me.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
That's what
this is
do.
my mission, and I don't give a shit if I have to kill 50 Yakuzas on my way.
Lawful evil is more appropriate. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like her. I am very curious about her character. Like, I want to know what devil she has a contract with. Like, really I want to know, like, why her eyes are the way they are. And what is the true goal? Like, we don't really know about her. She's so quiet. She only speaks when, like, she really needs to. Like, her words are so calculated.
I bet that she has dealt with some pretty intense tragedies to make her so stone cold, because we saw Himeno and Kishibe, and those are two like high level people, and we saw their backstory, like how they lost people. Kishibe is always drinking because he's like, that's just what
they're at the cemetery every episode.
So we haven't seen any flashbacks of Makima, but I bet like there was some pivotal thing that turned her into this stone cold person. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
So the drunk robo part, sorry, I'm down on my context, so I can't really read properly, said the author of Chainsaw Man said in an interview, when a girl in university turned my bike over, I thought how happy I am, and that's why he loves drawing strong and dominant women in his manga.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. Interesting. I read a few interviews and the author's backstory is really cool. Go ahead, read about Watch Dogs.
Not a watchdog.
Mangala boy.
Outdoor of Chainsaw Man is definitely on Fat Life looking for a dom. That is hilarious.
I love it. Fat Yes. Yeah. All the characters are amazing. What other character do we have?
Let's talk about Power.
I love Power. I absolutely love Power.
I love watching her from a distance. I feel like if Power was in my life, I would absolutely hate her.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would love to see her cause chaos with other group of friends.
Exactly.
And just sideline watching it, like, oh, this is hilarious.
Power's the person you want to hang out with when you like want to make bad choices.
Yes.
Like you're just down in the dumps on a Friday and you call up your friend and you're just like, let's just go fuck things up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I found out today that she is based on Cartman.
Yes.
And I was like,
that makes a lot of sense.
That makes so much sense. Like this changes. This explains everything.
That's another aspect of the show I really like, is how he's just a huge fan of movies, shows, memes, and how he's like incorporating all of that. It's just so good. Like from episode 1, before I even knew like that was confirmed, I was like, wait, I'm seeing so many movie references. Like this has to be intentional, and it's so cool that it is.
Yeah.
And I love that. I feel like a lot of takes that are just like taking inspiration from other often end up being cynical, and this one is just like pure like appreciation.
Yeah, it's more of just like an homage. Like it's not really trying to say anything. It's just like, hey, I'm a fan of Reservoir Dogs, so I'm gonna draw these characters like Reservoir Dogs, and I love all the influences. It's great.
Yeah, and that's my understanding. The author Tetsuo Fujiko.
I have it right here.
Tetsuo Fujimoto.
Tatsuki Fujimoto.
Yeah, he didn't not necessarily learn, but like he didn't really read a lot of manga to get his inspiration, but he loved Western culture, movies and stuff. That's where all the inspiration, you can see it in Chainsaw Man. And he never took a traditional like drawing classes. He's self-taught.
And it shows.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows because it's different. It's like it almost feels like they recorded it live and then he drew like it's like the difference between I don't know how to explain it, but like the movement in between the frames. Like sometimes you see animation and like a hand goes from here, but it feels choppy.
Yeah.
Because there's frames missing, but his shit is so fluid that it almost looks live action.
Yeah.
Like it's so.
But Fujimoto is the
The manga drawer.
He's
For the manga. So for manga, like you can see some of the panels, they are not fully complete.
Yeah. I mean, there's a big animation
he's
team,
rushing deadlines, but it's because he didn't take traditional. And he talks about a lot of times, and I read a couple of interviews where he says he wished he had taken classes. He wished he had done all the stuff. But at the end of the day, his story is so powerful and it's so different and unique that it makes it stand out.
I mean, it makes and yeah, just to correct things, like there's definitely an animation team behind it, but like so whoever's doing it, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
But like with him not going to school, it makes so much sense why there's so much Quentin Tarantino inspiration, because Quentin Tarantino is also self-taught, didn't go to film school. He was just like, I'm just gonna go make a movie. And and I think that's honestly, when you do something just because you want to do it, I feel like you're gonna be better at it and learn more than if you did go to school for it. Because like school is like very structured, and you're honestly, I went to school and I didn't utilize my time well. Like that was the time to build your portfolio, but again, you're in school and it's just like, but like because it came from the heart, and he's like, I want to do this. And he probably end up learning way more in like a month than people do in like a year, because you're constantly searching
and he wants
for knowledge and trying to better yourself. So yeah, I can definitely see why he's a big Tarantino fan, because he has a similar story.
Yeah. And going back to Power, we love her.
We do.
I don't think there's much to say about her. Like I know I love the scene. I think one of my favorite Power scene is when they're in the hotel stuck and don't know how to kill the devil. It's like with multiple hands. And everybody's trying to figure out how to kill this devil, and she wants to win a Nobel Prize.
Yes.
And Nobel Peace Prize is like, what's happening, Power? Yeah. It's like, all right, Power. Like I loved it. It's like you're just on a different vibe here. Like you're on a different drug. It's like all your friends in a one drug and you're doing a different drug. And you're doing a whole different things. Like that's fine.
Yeah. I do want to compare Denji and Power's origin stories.
Yeah.
As far as we know, none of us have read the manga, so please don't spoil us. If there's anything more detrimental information that you know,
Purely talking season 1.
keep it to yourself. Yes.
12 episodes.
So yeah, we have, we've learned about Denji and how he got to become a fiend. And we also know a little bit about Power from like the first few episodes with Meowie, her trying to rescue Meowie, and like, there was a little bit of backstory there. So like thinking about that and where those characters are now, can we compare that? Like, how does that reflect their characters?
So from their backstory, like how they, I mean, go ahead, Micky.
I guess I would see it as, if I'm comparing it to like real life, if somebody's living a life of like, they don't have a lot of things, like they're poor, they don't have a lot of opportunities, and then somebody comes along and gives them a chance. And that doesn't happen very often. But like for Denji in the beginning, like we saw that it was like his dad was involved in something, and there was like generational debt, and he's like involved with the Yakuza. So it's like he's just in this very poor position, and he doesn't have a lot of choices, and he doesn't have a lot of opportunities, and he was literally like selling pieces of his body to make ends meet. And I think like I don't know how true the statistic is, but a lot more people are donating plasma now just to like make rent money. So it's just like,
I've done that before.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. So I think it just comes down to like, that would be my real world comparison, is like two people down on their luck who got lucky that somebody was willing to give them a chance. And even if that chance isn't necessarily like the opportunity that they wanted, it's something to grow into.
Yeah, I don't think that Power was given a chance. I think she took the chance. I think that the big difference between them is like Denji just kind of like, well, I guess I'm dying, I'm dead now, and then he came back alive because Pochita gave him his heart. But like Power took over someone
who was
like
dead.
A corpse.
Yeah.
And so she's just like, existed, and then she was in someone's body and just kept
So
on
wait, is
existing.
that what Denji? Because somebody said Denji's a hybrid, not a fiend.
Yeah.
Power's a fiend. So Denji was dead when Pochita gave him his heart. Why does that make him a hybrid? Is it because Pochita just gave him a heart, whereas Power is like taking over like an exorcism?
Her
Like,
is a blood devil.
Yeah.
And so she
took over
the
a body.
form that she
but
has,
so is Pochita.
Yeah.
that's true.
Like,
Well, okay.
I think they have like maybe like a more of a like a collaborative relationship. Whereas
Yeah, like-
Power just took over this body without consent. I think that body is just a dead body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
so-
original, like whoever Power was,
Uh-huh.
like that part is gone. Whereas,
Like we don't even know her name.
Yeah.
Whereas Pochita more like fused with him.
so what we
And-
originally said, like Denji's. So it's interesting because yeah, Denji still has his personality, whereas Power doesn't. But that still make them fiend, as in Denji is just I guess a hybrid of a fiend, whereas Power is full on fiend. I guess I was just trying to understand what makes it a hybrid, but yeah, he kept on his full personality, whereas Power doesn't. Okay, never mind. Moving on. I got my answer for that question.
Okay.
Yeah. So for Power, so what do you guys think about their duo, two of them together? Like I don't know where it's gonna go. I really hoping that they don't make Power and Denji a couple. I
No.
really think
No, I
of
don't
them
see
as
that.
like a siblings. They have a
Yes.
Yeah.
interesting like rivalry, and love them like when they're bicker and everything. It's like this is good. Like you can be actually good friends. And I'm hoping that so I think we're on agreement that that's where we will like those two to be like good friends.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's in. It would be really weird if there was a plan for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
Good.
maybe like a fling, but I don't see any like serious romance there.
Yeah. He touched the boob because he wanted to touch the boob, and he
And
didn't
then he-
even feel anything.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that part of the show is more just exploring like workplace dynamic. Like I've worked in places where like when I
touched boobs.
no, but like where I didn't necessarily like the people I worked with or get along with. Like when I used to work in the mall, like I was, you just have to find a way to like collaborate with people even if you don't like them.
Fair.
And especially the whole like roommate situation, like between Power, Denji, and Aki is hilarious. It's so funny, especially if it's just funny. Yeah, Aki's a really good character too.
Yeah. Aki's a good boy.
But he's
You want to talk about Aki?
He's gonna die horrifically.
Oh God. Oh, Aki he's such a good boy, and he's so quiet that I'm afraid that
love
he's
him.
gonna die a horrible, horrible death. I mean, he has less than 2 years left now, because he had 2 years left before he fought the ghost, and then he killed the ghost, and now he probably has less than 2 years. He's just gonna die, and I hope he able to get to Gun Devil by the time he does it. I think that's where it is,
Yeah.
and if there's any good character in Chainsaw Man, it's probably him.
Yeah,
Probably him.
I mean with him, is it Jimeno or Jimeno?
Jimeno?
Jimeno. With her, like that was the part where I was like, oh damn, okay, so they are willing to get rid of like characters that
Yeah.
you thought might be there for the long haul. Even the other guy that was there that was kind of into Kobeni, but like in a really weird like passive aggressive
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, they just killed a lot of people, and I was like, oh wow, okay, this is like.
I thought Makino was dead too.
Now, unless they do the anime thing where it's like later they find a way to bring them back, because every anime does that. It's like they're dead but not really. But I think that this show is willing to take a lot more risks. So even
Nobody's safe.
like it feels like Aki is a mainstay, and maybe like the show's like he's gonna die, but we don't know when. And right now he feels like a mainstay character. But if they have the balls to like kill him in season 2, and then like the show goes on for way more seasons, like it's kind of like Game of Thrones in that respect. Like you're like, man, how's the show gonna go on without this person? But then they find a way to keep it going. So
Yeah.
I like that. It's just different. Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of already prepping. You know how Aki, Denji, and Power, they kind of made them a trio. Like in the intro and everything, it looks like a trio. But by end of the anime, Denji and Power were in a training on their own separately, while Aki was on separately trying to cope with the loss. And then we saw in last couple episodes where there were other fiends who hybrids of fiends trying to fight it. They were already kind of drawing them as two of them and Aki as a separate people instead of like in a trio. I don't think it's not that like they're not trio anymore. Like in the last scenes, they were still trio. They're living in the same apartment. But I think it kind of shows that when Aki dies, there is the potential of Denji and Power can still live on their own. They're still building this chemistry between them as a fighting partners that they will be able to survive, which is what they need. But God, I'm gonna cry so badly when Aki dies because it's just one of those things like we know it's gonna happen because of the contract that he has with the devil. It's just a matter of how. I really thought the ghost was gonna kill him. Like there was a minute I was like, the ghost devil is gonna kill Aki. This is it. This is when he's gonna die, and it didn't happen. I was like, thank God, thank you. That was just so sad. Violence fiend, my favorite. Yeah, there was so many fiends. I love to see all of them, like Angel, and I was like, oh wow, you guys have a lot of them. Yeah, good introduction.
I loved when they were going into that the building.
Yeah.
To fight the zombies and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like the entire Division 4 is entering, and it was just like 2 people.
Like yes, this is all.
Sorry, 3 people. It was Denji, Power, and Aki. Yeah,
so sad. Oh my
Division
God.
4 has dwindled
horribly.
Yeah,
horribly.
Well, we are almost closing in on our discussion, but
Kobeni?
Oh yeah.
Kobeni.
Let's talk about Kobeni.
So we were talking really briefly. So I've heard people have been comparing Kobeni with Sakura from Naruto, and Micky has some hot take on that.
I had a hot take, but let me clarify. Okay, stick with me. Okay, my hot take is Kobeni's already been more useful than Sakura. Okay, now I know. Hang on. I know the Granny Chio fight. Okay, I recognize that, but I just think that like I just think that they're
That's
almost
so long.
They're not even comparable because like Sakura is this like she's written to be a strong character, but then she's not utilized at all in that way, and I think that just sucks because she was written that way. But Kobeni is not written as a strong person. You see her being very nervous, anxious, fearful. She's really there because like she wants a paycheck.
Yeah.
But when her friend got killed, she was
Stepped in.
She was on it with a butcher knife. So like when she has to, she gets things done.
So,
and even through fear and anxiety, like I don't think that she's written the same way as Sakura, but in terms of like initiative and getting into the fight and getting shit done, I think that in that respect she's been more useful than Sakura.
That's true, because like Kobeni was able to kill people right away and not like got scared away. If she had scared away in a corner, it was like, oh my God, somebody come save me. It was like, okay, yeah, you're like Sakura.
Yeah.
But no, it was interesting. Like on internet, I was seeing that people were comparing. It was like, I don't know if you can, because Kobeni. I love the last episode scene where Denji asked Kobeni, like, why are you still here? She's like, well, bonuses are coming up, so makes sense that you're here.
She's already done so much.
She already done so much. Yeah, like at this point, I mean, she's scared out of her mind, but she's still there. Yeah, somebody asked, like, do you guys have any idea what devil Kobeni is contracted to? I no idea. That's another one that
Is
she
she
wanted
contracted to the devil?
She
They all
is.
have to be.
Yeah, but she said she wanted to keep it quiet at that drinking party. She
The
was like, I would
anxiety
like to
devil?
keep it secret. Anxiety
Okay.
devil. And
So you're all saying you're gonna let Sakura finish, but
Well, Kobeni had the best arc of all time.
I know. Well, Kobeni, we only seen her for like less than 12 episodes, so I'm
Yeah.
curious to see where Kobeni goes. But already, yeah, beside like where we were Sakura at that point where we are with Kobeni, she has done more than what Sakura has done. So
yeah.
I will be sad if Kobeni dies. Honestly, I will be. At first, I was very annoyed.
Yeah, Zenitsu and Kobeni, I could see that being more of a comparison.
Oh yeah, Zenitsu.
I made that comparison.
Yeah, apprehensively there, but still getting shit done.
Yeah.
I feel like Kobeni, when activated, is more like John Wick.
Yeah, like she gets tunnel visioned and just
Yes.
Yep. I can see that.
Maybe that's where
I can see
like,
that.
Devil's doing.
The John
Devil.
Wick devil.
John Wick Devil. Yeah. She's an American Psycho. She's with a butcher knife. She's Billy the Butcher. That's who she's contracted with.
That's so funny.
But yeah, Billy the Butcher is going out there. But
Yeah, I do like the motivations of all the characters because they're like very real world. Like they're not grand like other animes. Like Kobeni's just like, I need money. I don't have a choice.
I think that's what makes it so different. Like everybody's motivation is real enough. Like I can trust it. It's not going back to it was like, I wanna save the world. It's like, well, just get money first.
Yeah.
Like just how are you paying for this? And like nobody in real life has such a grandiose plans. Like you in the end of the day you still wanna make sure you have food on the table. And that's where they get so nitty gritty. I was like, I like this. I like this. You guys are real. With devils. But yeah.
Yeah. So, in a world where devils are born from human fears, and this is Navi's question, what will be your fear? What will your fear produce? What kind of devil?
We've answered this so many times when we watch it live, but mine would probably be.
We were making fun. We were making the dumbest devils.
Yeah.
Like,
mine would probably be heights or anxiety.
heights.
Yeah.
The heights devil.
Heights
He just
devil. That would be.
kicks you in the
I don't
ass
know what it
way
would
up
be,
high.
but it would be awful.
It'll make you
It's
fly.
just a skyscraper, and he doesn't hurt you. He just picks you up and makes you stand on him, and then
Just like a needle.
yeah, it's just awful.
Put you in genjutsu and you're just standing in the air and there's nothing below you. Like in a VR reality, all of a sudden it's like there's nothing on the floor. I don't know. Mine probably is gonna be like claustrophobic. So just put you like with a bunch of people.
Oh god.
Like just you're surrounded
Oh
with a
my
bunch of
god.
people. It would be
The
awful.
extrovert devil.
The extrovert devil. Exactly. Panic attack. The landlord devil would literally give me panic attack. Imagine eternity devil, but for a giant ass skyscraper. Oh my god, it would be awful. It would be awful. So, do you guys think is there any good character in Chainsaw Man, and what would you consider it as a good? Like we talked about Makina.
You mean like not morally great, like.
I guess so, and I guess that's where we are with this show, right? Like, I don't think this show just can be pure good Goku level. Like, it would be hard. If there is one, I will be very... Like,
That would be-
Lemillion. Like,
that
if I
would be
see
dumb.
Lemillion in it, I was like, what are you doing here?
I guess Aki.
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 is good.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
There were a few other characters introduced in the last episode that we didn't get a time to explore, but it was like the angel devil, the spider devil,
Oh my god,
The
that's
shark
so creepy.
devil. Violence.
yeah, there's man, it's just it's interesting.
So,
The camera for half the episode devil. I think I think my devil would be a car devil.
car devil?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I hate driving, first of all. Second of all, I've been in 3 accidents. And I
That's
just,
a pattern.
I know.
Car
And
devil's
I
behind
just
you.
can't. And I have like dreams sometimes which is like dying
Oh
in a
my
car accident.
god.
And so I think I just have like a really deep fear from driving.
That's horrible.
So that would probably be my devil, be a car devil.
Oh,
That's why we need public transportation, guys.
that's so
I can say
sad.
that.
I really like that show touched on Gun Devil because when they introduced Gun Devil, I was like, that makes so much sense. It's like, yeah, all the guns and everything that's happening, there's like a Gun Devil around. That's the best way to explore that team.
No, but especially in Japan because
Yeah.
like getting a gun is very difficult there. Like you can't just. It's not like here. Where
That's-
you just go to
yeah.
Walmart and buy one. So.
Go to Walmart parking lot and get one.
But they did talk
Yeah.
about like all the gun chaos that was happening in America. They did touch on it, right? Like I remember them mentioning it in
I
one
think
of the
they said
episodes.
that the gun devil came from America.
Also,
that makes sense.
also, just a quick tangent. Here's my
Might be wrong.
Here's my views on gun control. We don't have a gun control problem. We have an ammo control problem. Because without ammo, a gun is just a fancy paperweight. You do need background checks to buy a gun and stuff. So it's not super easy to buy a gun. But all you need is a license to buy ammo. So if we want to fix shit, it's not the gun control. It's the ammo control.
I feel like
Anyways, that was
I
my,
feel
that
like
was my
that
tangent.
falls
Huh?
under like the same like the phrase gun control
Yeah, but-
encompasses ammo. Doesn't
but I don't think people, because
See it that way.
anytime you hear the gun control conversation, it's always like, oh, we gotta get these assault weapons off the street. It's like, we'll just work on the ammo, dog. Like, people can make ammo, yeah, for sure, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it is infinitely easier to buy. I don't need a background check to go buy bullets. I need.
Well, but you can just toss bullets without a gun.
Huh?
It's not gonna do shit.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Take it.
Either way, but that is the projectile. So somebody could home make a gun. You can 3D print guns now.
You can 3D
I
print bullets.
No, you
I don't understand.
You can't 3D print the gunpowder.
So many levels we could control it, but that's true. You can't 3D print that.
Slingshot.
Really, like take the ammo and start throwing that. Can you imagine? Like you just have so much ammo. It's like, all right, just gonna have to figure out a way to do this. This
Ammo
toss
gun.
bullets. That's hilarious.
I love the idea that the gun devil is a thing.
Yeah.
And it's the most like devastating devil.
makes
Because
total sense.
it's the one invention we made as humanity that's just their only purpose is violence.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. I really wish we got to at least see him, or like, but anyway, it just creates more anticipation.
But do you think that's like one of many big devils, or is it gonna be the devil that we won't probably see until like the finale season?
Didn't they say that Gun Devil is like their number one right now? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with the way the world is, there could be a devil for anything. So obviously, there's got to be something beyond the Gun Devil. But like, I guess that's like,
Yeah, because like,
America's most wanted right now. Like, that's their number one dude.
yeah, unless like there's a I don't know, COVID devil. That'll be the next one, the pandemic devil.
the
But yeah, they did
pandemic.
talk about like war devil was like at the weakest. So gun devil is the strongest at this point. I wouldn't mind if gun devil is like the last one and then we don't get to see him for like the very end, because if it is as strong as it is, then it should take longer to get to it. At first I thought that chick with the snake devil contract was the one who was a gun devil. I was like, this is disappointing. I expected more.
Yeah. I think fascism devil is also pretty powerful.
But it will be weak at this point in the history, right? Like fascism, like if the war devil is weak at this point, I guess I don't know all the history in Chainsaw Man to just see
Yeah.
where fascism, because no, they did talk about things
was
got
talking about our
erased.
world
Okay,
fascism.
gotcha.
Well, the Gun Devil's after Pochita, and if you remember,
Yeah, why?
when we first saw Pochita, he had a gunshot wound. So
Oh.
we don't know what the deal is,
Yeah,
but
Denji nursed him.
Pochita is involved with the Gun Devil some way somehow.
This guy! Look at him!
Look at him, it's so
Oh,
adorable.
little baby.
But the first time I saw Pochita, I was like, this is weird. But like the more I see him, like this is the cutest thing
He's
ever.
adorable.
But yeah, no, that would be. Yeah, I'm curious to know if you can find out a little bit more information on there. Yes, we do want Pochita backstory arc. There's so much, and also the door. What's behind that door in his dream, where
that?
Pochita kept saying like, "Don't open the door," because that's his dream that Denji keeps having. Not really Pochita's dream, or is it Pochita's dream?
And he had it in the beginning, but didn't you catch that? He had that dream without Pochita or before Pochita or something like that.
So like before Pochita's heart was in
Like
Denji.
like we saw him
Yeah.
traveling through that alley or something.
The alley, yeah, we did see, but I didn't think there was a dream. I thought he was there.
I don't know. But Brooke thank you so much for subscribing. And also, yes, it's boobs behind the doors. It's probably that's what it is.
Oh my
Boobs.
god.
Or maybe there's a side to Pochita that we don't know yet.
Oh.
You know, maybe it's like, no, you're gonna see the real me.
There's
Oh my
got to be.
god.
There's
I
got
don't know.
to be
Because
something.
Pochita's important somehow. Everybody, or the gun devil at least is after him, and he's hiring other devils to.
It's because he has the power of love.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you know how there was a katana devil? It was a katana devil, right? The sword devil that Chainsaw fought in the end.
He was the same as Denji. He was a hybrid.
So as a hybrid, so any other weapon devil, are they all gonna be drawn the same way? Like, what if there's a machete devil who's a hybrid? He also has a machete on his hands and his head, and then there's like a hammer devil, also like a hybrid into the same way. Like they all have the same hybrids.
Well, we're gonna learn more about the Katana Devil in the next season because they captured him.
Yeah.
They just beat
the
his
shit.
nutsack.
I loved
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, we got him.
That was so good. I was like, dude, just want to like kick the nuts, like those guys, and they actually went at it. It's like, okay,
I approve of this.
only approved of that. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's hilarious.
And I was proud of Aki to participate. He's still a good boy, even after doing that.
Yeah. So what does easy revenge meant? It was like it's just an easy revenge. Don't do it, or take the revenge as it comes.
Yeah.
Was that the name of the last episode?
No,
it was on the
written
cigarette.
on the cigarette.
Oh, the cigarette.
Yeah. So, like,
Yeah, I was kind of wondering the interpretation on that too because, yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, because my understanding was like, if it's an easy revenge, don't go for it. Like, don't go for it. Then I was surprised then Aki decided to kick this guy's nuts. It's like, okay, that is a revenge, right? Like, the easy revenge, I'm gonna go for it. So I think with Himeno being Himeno, was like, take it. Whatever kind of revenge you get it, go for it.
Yeah.
I don't...
Or maybe like revenge is easy, but like moving on is harder, or something. I don't know.
Have you seen that before? We didn't see that before, right? That was the first time Aki saw it
The cigarette,
with the easy revenge cigarette.
I don't think we.
I thought it was just like Himeno just giving him like a last clue of how to get the ghost off. Like, I just thought that's what it was.
Maybe. Yeah, I was hoping to get more explanation, like a flashback, where Aki and Himeno were having a conversation around it that will explain it, and it didn't. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like left to wonder. And Pink Phantom said, interesting to me, it was the exact opposite. It was revenge is right here, easy, go for it, kick him nuts.
Exactly. That's what I thought as well. Because
Yeah.
I feel like also that's kind of Himeno's philosophy. Because she's kind of like YOLOing through life.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And she knows it's short and she's going to join her comrades soon. So she's just kind of like, fuck it, I'm going to smoke these cigarettes even though it's giving me cancer because I won't probably live to go to chemo or anything like that, you know?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So, yeah, they're like on a completely different like wavelength when it comes to just like living life. That, like, I know, like, when people were so, like, we had the whole conversation when they were drinking at that pub.
Pub.
And just getting shit-faced, and I was just like,
I loved it.
like, and they're underage, and I'm like, I don't care really, like, if they literally die tomorrow, let them have some fun.
That's especially I feel like if you signed up to be a devil hunter, you can do whatever the fuck you
are
want.
an adult at that point. You have become an
You
adult.
can do anything you want.
I mean, that's a direct metaphor for at least our military. You can join at 18, but you can't drink till 21.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, so I can go to war.
I can go to war, put myself into danger, to die possibly, but I can't have a drink
Yeah.
to relax myself by end of the day. But yes, we do need a season 2 right now. How long is it gonna be before we get season 2? Has there been any announcement?
At least 2 years, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
At minimum 2 years, which I don't know if I can. Like, I might need to
Mappa is working on
jump
like,
into the manga.
the finale of AOT.
Yeah.
They are about to release, I think, the new Vinland Saga. They are... Shit, they're working... I don't even know. Oh, nice.
Friends.
I can finally wear this because everybody in the office is caught up now, so I
Nice.
can wear this.
Oh, good. Yes, we have to be careful.
I've
when
had
we
this
wear it.
shirt for like over a year and I couldn't wear it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, One Punch Man. That's what
One
that's
Punch
what I
Man.
was trying to recall.
2023 is packed for Mappa. Like, I don't know how they're gonna get through it. If they can finish AOT, that'll be a different thing on its own.
Hope you're paying your employees.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You're making me
I
feel
hope
bad for
so.
supporting.
Yeah.
Um.
But that's why you guys need to watch the original release so that the money is actually going to the people that created it, and we can only hope that they actually disperse that money as they should. But you know.
Yes. They should.
CEOs be CEOing sometimes.
Yeah, they got a Chainsaw Man t-shirt called Fiends.
That would be tight. That would be a good one.
Fiends.
Make it.
Yes, we'll buy it. But yeah, no, this show is great. It sounds like there's gonna be an announcement coming this fall for Chainsaw Man, and I'm hoping the studio is listening and they are actually treating the employees well, because look at it, people love everything that Studio Mappa is putting out, so it's just in your own benefit to make them happy, so we can be happy. Everybody can be happy. I mean, yeah. Hey.
And with that, we're going to leave you guys to it. This was a fun time.
We'll find something.
And we are going to see you again next week. We'll talk about something else that we haven't decided yet. We're going to be live tomorrow for One Punch Man read along. And then Micky's also going to be live in the evening playing.
Tomorrow?
Thursday?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm still working through a game, but I don't know. I still did. I'll be on, but I don't know what I'll be doing.
Yes. So join Micky for a variety stream. And there is a book club on Friday. We're doing so many things. Sorry, tomorrow. There's a book club tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Wait for the raid. Tell them Normies and their guards.
MHA would be good.
Bye.
Bye.